Hari Om friends, Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. In this video, I shall be giving a brief introduction about the famous Chinmaya Tapovan Ashram in Siddhabari, which is the ashram of the famous Indian saint Swami Chinmayananda Ji, located in Siddhabari, Himachal Pradesh, India. Before I go ahead with the details about the Chinmaya Tapovan Ashram in Siddhabari, for the benefit of those who are new to Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda Ji and his teachings and life, let me give a brief introduction of who Swami Chinmayananda is. Who is Swami Chinmayananda Ji? Swami Chinmayananda Saraswati, born Balakrishna Menon, 8th May 1916 and lived up to 3rd August 1993, was a Hindu spiritual leader and teacher. In 1951, he founded Chinmaya Mission, a worldwide non-profit organization, in order to spread the knowledge of Advaita Vedanta, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and other ancient Hindu scriptures. Through the mission, Swami Chinmayananda spearheaded a global Hindu spiritual and cultural renaissance that popularized these spiritual texts and values, teaching them in English all across India and abroad. Swami Chinmayananda was originally a journalist and participated in the Indian independence movement. Under the tutelage of Swami Sivananda and later Tapovan Maharaj, he began studying Vedanta and took the vow of sannyasa. He gave his first Jnana Yagya or lecture series about Hindu spirituality in 1953, starting the work of the mission. Today, Chinmaya Mission encompasses more than 300 centers in India and internationally and conducts educational, spiritual, and charitable activities. Swami Chinmayananda's approach was characterized by an appeal to the English-educated Indian middle class and Indian diaspora. He gave lectures and published books in English. Swami Chinmayananda also helped found the Vishwa Hindu Parishad (VHP), an Indian right-wing Hindu organization that is considered a member of the Sangh Parivar. In 1964, he convened delegates to create the VHP at Sandipani Ashram and served as the organization's first president. He aimed to awaken the Hindus and to make them conscious of their proud place in the comity of nations, saying that, "Let us convert Hindus to Hinduism, then everything will be alright." Swami Chinmayananda Ji authored 95 publications, including commentaries on the major Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. He was a visiting professor of Indian philosophy at several American and Asian universities, and he conducted university lecture tours in many countries. It was while working as a journalist that he travelled to Swami Sivananda's ashram in Rishikesh for this purpose of writing an expose of the sadhus. He later said, "I went not to gain knowledge, but to find out how the Swamis were keeping up the bluff among the masses." In the summer of 1947, Balan arrived in Rishikesh by the banks of the Ganga and made the 1-mile hike to the Divine Life Society, the ashram of Swami Sivananda. There, at the age of 31, he went from being a skeptic to an enthusiast, finally becoming a renunciate monk. He began reading more about Hindu scriptures and reviewing spiritual books. Swami Sivananda recognized Balan's latent talents and entrusted him to organize a Gita committee. Having returned to the Divine Life Society ashram on 25th February 1949, the holy day of Mahashivratri, Balan was initiated into sannyasa, Hindu vow of renunciation, by Swami Sivananda, who gave him the name Swami Chinmayananda, or bliss of pure consciousness. Now coming back to the details of the Chinmaya Mission ashram in Siddhabari called Chinmaya Tapovan Trust, Siddhabari. The ashram. In the lush Kangra valley at the feet of the Dauladhar mountain range nestles the small hamlet of Siddhabari, named as the abode of the Siddhas or self-realized masters. According to ancient scriptures, this mystical place was home to numerous great saints and seers who, through their austerities, sanctified all the earth they walked on. In 1977, Swami Chinmayananda came across the barren, hilly landscape and instinctively knew that it was a hallowed space. There he founded Chinmaya Tapovan Trust, CTT, and the ashram it now administers. The once barren countryside of grazing grounds was transformed with the ashram's new temple, cottages, and satsang halls, providing a panoramic view of nature's splendor. In 1981, His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda established a Vedanta Institute, Sandipani Himalaya, Sandipani Him, and commenced a 2-year intensive residential Vedanta course in Hindi, similar to the course offered in English in Mumbai's Sandipani Ashram. Today, in addition to the course, spiritual camps for adults and youth are conducted at the ashram by mission acharyas year-round. Sandipani Hymns campus is stunningly lush and vast. The majestic Shiva Lingam on the residential cottage of Swami Chinmayananda is visible for miles and a mark of the pervading sanctity. Stately trees, gentle plants, and radiant flowers blossom effortlessly in the sacred environment and offer a vibrant backdrop that is loved by all the ashram residents and neighboring locals. From virtually every corner of the ashram, the snow-capped peaks of the Dhauladhar are clearly visible. A thick pine forest closes in from one side of the ashram, and the view of magnificent terraced fields and gurgling streams flows in from the other. With over 100 rooms for shared accommodation, the ashram can comfortably accommodate 300 people at a time. It also houses an exceptional spiritual bookstore, a medical dispensary, and a large cow shed. The next important feature of the Siddhabari ashram is the Sri Rama temple. One of the beautiful and serene spots in the Siddhabari ashram is the temple dedicated to Sri Rama, known as the Rama Mandir. The temple's golden domes glisten from afar, welcoming all devotees. Many consider this temple a place of pilgrimage and visit to pay homage from all corners. At the entrance of the temple on the left is Lord Shiva's statue along with the Shiva Lingam and Nandi. The construction of Sri Rama Mandir began in March 1983, and the temple with Banvasi Lord Rama and Sita was consecrated on 22nd October 1983. The architecture of the temple is unique in style. A setu bridge between North and South Indian culture executed by skilled artists from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. A magnificent mandapam of black polished granite adorns the entrance of the temple. The Shikara, tower of the temple, 40 feet high, is in the shape of a crown with 3 kalashas on the top, representing the highest truth declared in the scriptures. 3 crore Ramanam Japa books written by devotees of 24 nations in several languages are deposited at the base of the temple. The black stone idols of Sri Rama and Sita depict the Vanvas aspect of Sri Rama. They are made of special soft stone. This is the first temple in the valley for the worship of Lord Rama and Sita in exile in the forest. Through devoted worship of Lord Rama, the devotee's mind gets attuned to the ideal that Sri Rama stands for and is uplifted to receive the showering grace Amrita from the Kalashas. A set of Panchaloha, 5 metals, gold, silver, copper, iron and lead, idols of Lord Rama, Sita, Lakshmana and Hanuman in front of the main idols receive the daily worship. The 2 elephants in front of the Mahamantapam on both sides are of great attraction to children and visitors. At the entrance of the temple, an idol of Lord Shiva was installed by Swami Tejomayananda ji along with the Shiva Lingam and Nandi on 7th May 2006. Sri Ramalaya temple in Siddhabari is another beacon of light of Hindu Renaissance set afoot by His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda ji. The next important feature of the Siddhabari ashram is the Lord Hanuman idol. Undoubtedly, the most striking feature of the Siddhabari ashram is the unique 25-foot high idol of Lord Hanuman, whose regal and dynamic pose of ever-ready service is awe-inspiring and visible from the ashram entrance. Lord Hanuman, son of the Lord of the Wind, has historically and successfully kept at bay the typically strong winds that flow throughout the Kangra region. Lord Hanuman's eyes are firmly set on his Lord in the Rama Mandir. Every 5 years marks one of the grandest celebrations in Chinmaya Mission, in which thousands of devotees from all over the world come to perform Mastaka Abhishekam of Lord Hanuman. The next important feature of the Siddhabari ashram is the Samadhi Sthala of His Holiness Swami Chinmayananda ji. The most revered and intense abode of silence and the focal point for ashram residents and visitors is the Samadhi Sthala of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda ji, who attained Mahasamadhi on 3rd August 1993. The Sthala, built in traditional Kerala style, houses Swamiji's Ashtadhatu Pratima, or sculpture made of 8 metals. Aarti or worship is offered here daily at dawn and dusk. Devotees from all corners of the globe come to meditate, worship and bask in the presence of the Master, whose mortal remains are buried under the sculpted image. The Bhu Samadhi of Pujya Gurudev was done on 9th August 1993. Now about the directions on how to arrive at the Chinmaya Tapovan Ashram at Siddhabari, Himachal Pradesh. By rail. The nearest railway stations are Pathankot and Chakki Bank. From either station, take a 3-hour bus or taxi ride to Tapovan Ashram. By bus, overnight luxury buses are available directly from New Delhi to Dharmshala. The boarding point is Kashmiri Gate. The ashram is a 20-minute taxi ride from Dharmshala. By air, direct flights go from New Delhi to Kangra, Gagal Airport. The ashram is a 20-minute taxi ride from the airport. So friends, here ends this short video on the Chinmaya Tapovan Ashram of Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda ji in Siddhabari, Himachal Pradesh. I pray to Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda ji and Tapovan Maharaj ji and Swami Sivananda ji that all people should get the opportunity to visit this ashram at least once in their lives, if not more times. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day ahead. Hari Om. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha.